love it. And oh, yes, wait for it. It always has this few second delay, which is pretty funny. So even though we're being live and dorky, we're on. And
perfect.
And I wouldn't want it any other way, especially with us three, about being live and dorky, because it's who we are and that inner child. And Marla and I get to introduce all of these beautiful viewers, all of the world, our dear sister, Bethany Love, which is so apropos because we love you. And you were so divinely guided into our lives by another sister, Kim. And when, as again, everyone knows, it's not about me speaking for 40 hours tonight. It's going to be you sharing your story. But the fact that when we first all met, it was, wow, it was just that explosion of inner brother, sister, light love. I mean, everything in a ball. And it was just so incredible. Like the separation at birth, sometimes we say, with all the beautiful souls we get to meet in our lives. So you get to tell us who you are.
Awesome. You guys crack me up. I love talking to you. Like when I come to your office to get a necklace and just like sit there, it's always like, this is it. You think it's going to be like 20 minutes. It ends up being like 3 hours because we all talk and like share our stories.
It's so true. And time stands still with us. We're like,
yes,
3 hours. What just happened?
Yeah, exactly. Because we have so much to share.
So really does. Time stands still.
Yeah. So, this is really exciting. Actually, I love sharing this story because it's just all about manifestation and intentions, which is the intention stick, right? And so back in, I think I've told you guys this story before, but back in 2000, it was the beginning. No, it was November 2017. I don't know how long Tree of Life movement have been going, but I think you were on your like first part of the journey.
Right, just the beginning of the journey.
Yeah. And through going there, I met someone who had one. Her name was, oh gosh, why am I like going? I can't think right now, but she is actually a friend of mine, but it'll come to my head. Anyway, it was the first time I met her, and she had one of these, and she was one of your first people to be like promoting it, like an ambassador, and not promoting it in the way of like, just she talked about it. And I was like, oh my gosh, I want one of those, right? And then it never, it just didn't transpire. I didn't get one. And then what was it? 2.5 years later, when I met Kimberly, and I met her off Facebook based off of networking with her. And I just felt I was supposed to meet her. So I met her in, I think it was March of 2019. So like a little over 2 years since I wanted this and put it out. I said, I'm going to get one of these. I really want one of these. So I meet Kim, and Kim and I have this great connection, and I invite her to this event that I'm going to be having in May, or no, it was in March, later on that month. So anyways, she comes surprisingly and gives me and 8 other women one of these necklaces. She gifted these Tree of Life movement necklaces, these intention sticks, and it was such a blessing. And I remember asking her, she asked me how many people were going to be at this dinner, and I said, well, I'm not sure. She's like, well, I need to know. It's important. And I was like, well, a number. And I was like, okay. So I don't know how she came up, well, it's 9. And I was like, well, that's funny that 9 is the number because that's my life path number.
Ours too.
But of course.
Yeah, I know.
But of course.
So a little over 2 years later, I received an intention stick because I put it out in the universe that I wanted one. So the universe brought it to me and to 8 other people who it's been touching their lives. And then through that, I've been able to, over time, I was so excited about it. Want to get one for everyone. And I know at some point I'll be able to just gift it to everyone. But there's specific people in moments where I feel they really could use encouragement or the connection to the purpose of the movement is to connect us to each other and lift each other up in this vibration, in this intention of love and everything that it entails. And there's been a few people it's really touched when I gave it to them that were like, wow, I can't believe you got me this. And they were just so blessed that I would give this to them, and I explained the meaning of it. And it's like amazing. I just get these downloads of people to give them to. And obviously, like I said, I want to give them to everybody. But I give them to the people that I know really could use it in this moment.
That's amazing. And of course, to share with everyone is that you're being so, which is so you, so humble, so beautiful. And that's who you are. You always give everything of yourself to others to make sure, as we know, that someone's not left alone or feeling alone or not going through something by themselves. And as you know, Bethany, Marla and I and you have talked many times about this. This is why we've all been brought here in this lifetime, right, to help another person, because it's what fills us up. It's what brings us that love and that light and that happiness and the joy. And it is like a beautiful drug that you want to share with the world. And you are the most beautiful light, because you would pretty much call us every week or a couple of weeks. Okay, I need 3 more. I need 7 more. I need and you're like, okay, no problem. Come. And no matter what we were doing, no matter what time of day of the week, we always stopped because we knew the importance of not only doing those blessings for that person, but what that would do for that person's soul, there to right, start filling them back up. And you saw that, and why, as we shared with you hundreds of times, we said you are as important to this as Marla and I, and that's why everyone is so important to this. It's about us collectively, which the world doesn't understand, selflessness. And you are that example of selflessness. You just always give and give, even though you sometimes can't, you still give and get, and that is so beautiful. And we said, I'll never forget this, at the office, we said, Bethany, you have to first take care of you so you can continue to give, right?
Yeah.
Because if all you do is give of yourself 24/7, which you do, which I am sharing with everyone, because that's you. I said, sometimes we forget to stop,
right,
and fill ourselves back up with everything we need to make us the best versions of ourselves. And we had to remind you of that, and you're like, wow. And it was so powerful. And you were the very first to come in, and we filmed the blessings together, so
oh my gosh, yeah,
share those with the beautiful souls that you were giving them to. And it was incredible. That's what I want you to share, those feelings, because it's just like you literally watch the light come, like that download in you, and you just like a strobe light. It's incredible.
Yeah, so yes, like, so it's like coming to your place to bless, to pray over these intention sticks for the person is like the greatest gift that for me, because it's like, I know, like you said, the impact it's going to have, especially when we come together as a collective, and us three in specifically, because I'm out there, passing these out, but it's we're all doing it collectively. And yeah, like every time I come, it's like all these new downloads come, and all these visions, and just the energy that's sent out to everyone. It's so amazing. It's so amazing. If I could be there every day, I'd be like, hey. but yeah, it's like,
you are with us every day. And
yeah,
I know that sounds interesting to maybe someone who's watching this for the first time, or talking about spirituality. And again, there's nothing wrong with maybe not knowing about that, like, oh, I don't get that. And it's okay, because we were never taught this as a child. Most, again, we're pretty much programmed, as we share very often. But when people can start to understand that, wow, I'm going through that, and that I get those interesting downloads or visions, or I feel so good. And that's because we are all connected. We're a part of a collective whole. All of our souls in this world are a part of one, and we have just forgotten that. And and you and so many other of the beautiful souls in our lives are spreading that light and that love. And we're tipping the scales, and it's incredible because it's in a time that's so needed. And Bethany's right. She comes in, ding, you just heard the validation. By the way, for anyone listening and why we're laughing right now and why Bethany is clapping, because every conversation and when we talk about something, we say our angels, our spirit guides, whatever you want, are clapping, and we get the ding and the phone, and it just bum bum bum.
And sometimes they just don't stop.
And they
It's like an
don't
orchestra.
stop, and we just laugh and giggle, and just because that's validation of this beautiful message we're all sharing together.
Yeah.
And
So true.
To validate you, you come in and you could be a little depleted because, again, all you do is give of yourself. And when you leave, you are buzzing, you are bouncing off the walls. But all of us, because we fill each other up. We do. We fill each other up with that light and that inspiration and that vibration. And it's so important because that's what we need to share with everyone versus someone sucking that light and love out of us. You know, we all know that. And sometimes we have to disconnect from someone for that reason because it's not making it you the best version of yourself. And that's what have you seen, like you shared, with all of the beautiful intention sticks you have gifted to, for examples, not only yourself, but the people in your lives and what's transformed from any aspect? I mean, this is what I love, that we get to share so openly, and what we're sharing with everyone right now, this is not scripted. This is just coming from the heart. This is just sharing Bethany's story. Yeah.
So I would say I think the greatest gift that I've seen for other people and for me that it's done, obviously it's different, unique for each person, but it really has taken each person that I've given to on a deeper journey within, in a more spiritual connection, and becoming like the greatest version of themselves, like really learning what they're here to do and what they're about. And like the last person that I gave one to, and we really prayed over my friend pretty hard. It was like her life is completely transformed since then. Like she's a completely different person, and it's amazing to see. And I know a lot of it is because of the intention stick. It's because of the care. Like, right, this represents that you're connected to someone else, and when someone starts to feel alone, they know when they grab, like, I am connected to this person, or I'm like, because it's a remembrance thing, but also whatever intentions you put in there, it really is bringing about those intentions. So, and for myself, I've just really, it's actually been a pretty deep journey, I should say, because you know me, like we're talking about, I'm super giving in that. And I do teach on spending time with yourself, which I do. But there are some of us, we all have a lot to give to the world, but some of us have even extra energy and love to give. That's like one of our gifts. And so it's very important for us to refill. And I would say that this year has been one of my most transformational years. And I recently only have taken it off sometimes to work out in the morning because I jump so much. But I literally, you know, you guys know I didn't take it off for like 6 months. I wore it in the shower. Like it's just really bringing me on that journey to bringing me to what I'm meant to be doing, which is, you know, working with you and other people around the world to spread light and love. And just everybody that I have seen that I've given it to, it's really blessed immensely. And they are really connected to it. And they're, you know, they'll mention it at different times, like, oh my, thank you so much for giving this to me. You don't know what it means. And it's just, I see each of them on their journey progressing. And it's really great to see. And I know a lot of that has to do with, you know, this. So.
Do you think you have to be a spiritual person to receive one of these? Do you think? No.
No, that's just me, my expression, but you don't, this could be, we're all spiritual. That's the thing, is we're all spiritual if you use the word or don't use the word. We're all life, we're all love, we're all these things. Nothing separates us. And that's what this represents, unity. And you know, everybody has a different belief system. Everybody has different ways they view the world. We all have a different set of lenses, and we're here to experience life according to what we came here for, but also like what you experience in the same room is going to be different than me. And I think that's the beautiful thing about this, and how you guys say it transcends all religion, all spirituality, anything. It's just a necklace with a tree on it, but the meaning behind it is so beautiful. So anybody can wear it, men, children, women, whatever race, whatever socioeconomic you're from, whatever part of the world, whatever belief system, because it's just a necklace of unity. And that's what's so beautiful about it. And we all can embrace it and be connected in that way and not have separation, because there is no separation.
Oh, that's so powerful.
Yeah.
Do you think you could share a little bit about the intentions? Maybe what intention you have in there now, or what intention you've actually manifested and how that's worked for you? Just kind of share so someone understands the intentions behind it.
Yeah, for sure. So right now, I know we discussed that I always keep trust. I think trust in here. And then success is one of the other ones that's in here. And I think success is really what I'm manifesting now in my life in so many ways, and becoming the greatest version of me, but really stepping into my life purpose. And a lot of that has come about since I started wearing this. And I think before it was Believe, the one I was wearing before I switched that one out was it Believe and Let Be? I don't know what that was. That was. And that one was like, you really need to have that. And I was like, okay. And I think that one honestly is probably one of the biggest intentions that's really touched me, because to believe in myself more and more, and also believe in everything that what's going on is here to actually bring greatness to this world. And also, and losing my father recently, it was like believe and let be, like just know that everything's on the up and up. So I've really seen that manifest in my life, and it's really given me a lot of grace and a lot of just flowing with life and not being so hard on myself.
That is so beautiful.
Yeah, but I would say success right now. I'm loving wearing it because I am manifesting that.
Yes, and oh my goodness, Bethany, it's one, thank you for sharing that with Marla and I and whoever is seeing this. But what's incredible that Marla and I have witnessed since we've met and your journey. And again, we share with everyone, because sometimes the more good we do, the harder we're tested. And what I mean by that is, which I know you know, that yes, we're on our path, our purpose, our life journey. And sometimes there are different forces or obstacles that try intentionally to take us out of that journey.
Right.
And this is that tool, that reminder to stay on that path with the heart, to know no matter what's thrown or the carrots being dangled or come on over here, it's much. And we know that's also a test to take us away from what we were truly brought here to do. And as we all know, to help one another, to help everyone in this world. And we chose to come back in this lifetime to do the work with so many more. And yes, the beautiful souls that you continue to gift these to, or that come into our lives, is for that same life purpose, to heal the soul of the world, to heal everyone within it, to understand, as you said so eloquently, and Marla and I talk about this every day, we're all the same. No one is better than anyone else in this world. That was the programming and the separation. And when we can understand that we are all the same for the first time, that no one's better than one another, and we need to live harmoniously in this life and help and just be that happiness and that joy and that bliss. Wow. Everything just holds in front of our eyes as we've witnessed your journey just literally blossom, right?
Oh, yes.
And you deserve it, because you are living a life of intention, and you are, as you said, manifesting your journey. The words you choose are the words you become, the intentions you become. So success, to explain to someone, doesn't necessarily mean just monetary.
Right.
It could mean success in a relationship or in business or a project, or success, whatever that may be to that person. And you are encompassing that all, and you deserve that. And sometimes we think that we don't. Oh, I don't deserve to be happy because why? Someone said you can't be happy? No, we should all live in a state of bliss and happiness. It's how we choose to look at the world and our lives.
Mm-hmm.
You, wow.
Right. Also,
I love it.
In the success of your other intentions, success in trusting yourself, right?
Yes, 100%.
Success in the trust, success in the believe, you're putting the intention of believe out there. So that's why I love how all the intentions work in harmony with one another, right?
Yes.
No matter what intention you choose on any given day, or if you keep your intentions the same intention, for months, it's still, they all work so beautifully together because it's what you are putting out, right? What it is that you need and the action that you're putting behind it.
Yeah, 100%. And I love that you guys touch on, obviously you put specific words, we picked specific words to put in here, that words are so powerful, and what you choose to speak, what you choose to think. And when you were saying, once we put these in here, you start like actually aligning your mind and your heart with the same thing, and then it's vibrating out so powerfully. And that's like the power of having this here. Like it's just amazing. Like you see, I a lot of times wear this shirt that says happy, because that's what that's the intention I'm putting out. So I love it. I think that the more that we share this and just share our story, like you're saying, it's just super impactful for other people. And it's such I would say right now, a necessity for people to understand how connected we are, and that none of us are different, and that we all can manifest that which we desire in our life, by being very clear with our intentions and living purposefully and intentionally with our thoughts and our actions and stuff. So
completely. And it gives us that aim, that focus that we need, because so many of us have, a mishmash of ideas in our head. And when we set an intention, it helps ramp up positivity in our life, right? And like you said, the happiness or the kindness or mindfulness or knowledge, or whatever intention that is that you need in your life today.
Yeah.
Right. And so it's so powerful. It's the I am present. So it's that reminder.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And
I get the gold one.
Oh, you'll have it. And what's so beautiful, Bethany, is what, not just your shirt that says happy, it's that you are truly happy. And to also explain to someone that's listening, and people may have heard, which we know, laws of attraction. It's like, oh, I saw The Secret and I read this book and blah, blah, I get it. And it's not about that. Laws of attractions, we say, are what we think about, we bring about, right?
Right.
Or what goes up comes down. But the perfect example of you is when what we put out from our hearts, happiness, love, light, gratitude, kindness, only more comes back in.
Yeah.
So
100%.
I know whoever is watching this right now, we've all experienced this. We've all walked into a room and we're like, ooh, I need to go say hi to those people because they're putting out that amazing energy and the vibration and that light and that love. Or you're like, ooh, I need to stay over here in the heck away, because they're putting out maybe negativity or anger or anxiety or jealousy, whatever that may be. And when we witness that, and when we come into a room, or a person like yourself comes into a room, we shift the energy, that light in that room, to shift the consciousness, whether we know it or not. It's affecting our hearts. Put out a measurable energy within a mile radius. It's not the woo woo. It's actually true science.
Yeah, it's actually science.
So it's so important because we sometimes forget if we're not in a good mood, which we're human and we all go through certain things and
Yeah.
challenges, but we also affect the entire room with what we put out from our hearts, and people feel it. So
Yeah.
we and you and and whomever, everyone actually has the ability to shift their consciousness like that.
Yeah.
Right? To remember, ooh, I'm not in a good mood and I'm affecting the energy around me, which
Yeah.
you are, to be like, okay, let that go. Again, the be, let it be. When you
Yeah.
let go, that was one of the most powerful days we had together. When we really sat and talked about the be, let it be, and the
Yeah.
forgiveness and the things that we carry our whole lives that no longer serve us.
Right.
You let it go and you sent it with love. It was like a house was lifted off of you, and you literally started filling up with everything. And it was such a blessed day. And but that's why we're all brought into each other's lives,
Right.
to share that wisdom or that knowledge with someone else that may not see that or understand that. So I say, or Marla and I say, we're all teachers or yogis or priests or rabbis or whatever
Yeah.
you want to say, because it's that
Yeah.
wisdom and knowledge we've been given to share.
Yeah. We all have it within us.
Wow.
But yeah, it's crazy. Like I wish everybody could be in our energy all the time. And we're all connected. But walking in a room with you guys is like one of the greatest gifts. I remember when I first met you guys, and then you guys are like, no, we have to go to the event. And you showed up at, towards the end, and everybody just like totally loved you. And it was such an honor, because I was like, really, the founders are gonna come to this my little event? Like that is so nice.
Bethany, thank you for saying that. And sometimes we don't realize the importance in someone's life to just show up and be there. No one is that busy or that important to stop to celebrate someone else's life or the journey or the event or whatever that may
Right.
be. Something as simple to something incredible, and just holding space for you or that person, it's incredible, because that's family.
Yeah.
Right? That's
Yeah. Oh, I have to say something else. I don't know when we're getting off, but
we could talk for 9 hours.
no, not 9 hours. Oh, I have like another story about the nines. Anyways, you already know whenever nines show up, it is like on. I think it was like 3 weekends ago, I have some really new great friends.
Oh, hold on, I'm cracking up because it is 8:19, which is 9,
9,
which is 18. So
of course.
Okay, people, just pay attention.
So I was at this birthday get together, and this guy, I don't know him. He's friends with everybody else there. He's like, "Oh, you know Scott?" I'm like, "Scott." I'm like, "Oh." I was like, "Yes, I do." Yeah, I was like, "Yeah, they're good friends of mine. I love the." He's like, "Oh yeah," and he started talking about it, and I was like, "I have no idea who this guy is," but that's what this does too. You could be anywhere. And remember, I told you this other person in other countries, like, "Oh yeah, we have them here too," and I'm like, "Oh my god, like, everybody knows about this thing." It is everywhere.
Oh my goodness, and that's such a beautiful story, and what you just said is such a beautiful message, because it breaks down all barriers, all culture, all religion, everything. Because when you run into another brother and sister wearing this, there is that soul to soul connection that,
right,
again, no coincidences that we have friends bumping into one another on the other side of the world wearing these, that don't know each other, but immediately they connect.
right.
Or we have friends showing up at parties or in elevators or in restaurants, and people are sending us selfies like, "Look where I was," and that's the laughs and giggles about that energy and that vibration, bringing people together that are like-minded in that beautiful light and love that we should all experience. And so important, because this is why we're doing this now. It's, yes, we're making a difference in this world, but this is, as Marla and I say, about the children, the grandchildren, the great-great-grandchildren, generation after generation to come, to live a life of intention, to eradicate all the negativity, war, hatred in the world, and live in harmony and peace and bliss and as one. And we're
Right.
doing that collectively.
And you know what I
Yeah.
love about your story, about sharing that with the gentleman that you bumped into, or that you're hearing from other friends they're bumping into each other. You know, for thousands of years, man has been trying to create peace on earth,
Right.
and it hasn't worked. It hasn't worked out.
Yeah.
And the belief behind the intention stick is that it's because we don't have a commonality, right?
Yeah.
Everyone
Mhm.
thinks that they're separate from one another.
Mhm.
When someone has an intention stick on and they bump into someone else across the world or even in their own town and they see it, it's that instant bond,
Yeah.
right?
It is 100%. I think it's so true. It's just like, yeah, it's that little piece that just connects you. Like we're all connected, but this is like, yeah, we're connected and we're no different. And I love it. Like I love that you share that because it's just, yeah, it's amazing.
And we love you, and we're so blessed and grateful that you're in our lives and on this journey together, and all of the light that you spread, because we see you every day, and that's what fills us up. And we want the world to also feel exactly what we're feeling, that
Right.
fulfillment of that light, that love, that happiness, and helping another person. And sometimes, you know, you could have the most wealthiest person in the world so miserable because they don't understand why they've been given their gifts, their tools.
Right.
Or someone on the street who is the most happiest and incredible person. It's because we were all brought here to help one another. And when
Right.
we recognize that, and when we see our truth and see who we truly are for the first time, we want more. And we know that we will continue until we transition to be doing just that, so we can continue to leave that light and love with us to continue forward. And we're doing it, and with your help and the souls you've touched and their help, it's the ripple effect, the Fibonacci, right? It's
Yes, the Fibonacci sequence, all starting with the 9.
Exactly. And we'll talk into some deeper sessions when we go there to share with all these beautiful friends. But the numerology and the spirituality, and there's so much to share with so many that are so thirsting.
Yeah.
That why, or they may still be feeling there's an emptiness, or they're not fulfilled. And this tool, this gift we've been given, is allowing just that to start filling their vessels and repairing their vessels to
Right.
make them the best version of themselves. And
Mhm.
and you are continuing every day to be the best version of yourself. Every day you just continue to grow.
And I see that the three of us are arm in arm and we are skipping down the yellow brick road because we're very colorful, and there are a lot of people that I know we're going to help and
Yes.
help
Yes.
not just our lights, but inspire others and uplift
Yeah.
others along the way, along the path.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. Yeah, I think we're all, us three for sure, inspiring others to just be your authentic self. We all came here to be that gift. And the more connected you become to that, the more excited you are. And everybody around you is excited because you're excited to be you.
Yes.
You guys are. You guys are just you. And it's so amazing.
And you're contagious. You're just like your smile, your happiness, your joy, your love.
Thank you.
Adore you, and we are truly grateful that you're in our life and we're on this journey.
Yes,
together.
and we can't
Thank
wait
you.
till we see you in person so we can give you big hugs. 'Cause
Yes.
I know, just as everyone knows, I'm the overhugger crybaby. Bethany is that also great big.
I am too.
And again, that's okay. That absence wants us to have more, and we'll be back because we know this too shall pass, and this beautiful gift taking place around the world is just that. It's allowing people to reach out and connect with another, and we are. So thank you for your beautiful time, your light, your love, your energy, and what you're doing for so many others around the world. And thank you, thank you, thank you. And as always, sending blessings and intentions of gratitude, light, and love from Marla and I to you, and just be your beautiful bright light that you always are.
Thank you. Sending you all my love. I love you guys. Thank you so much. And we love all of you, and we can't wait to all connect with you.
I know. I'll just give it a million times over. Infinity. Infinity.
Times infinity.
Love you, love you, love you.
Love you.